Hello everybody and welcome on back to another episode of Shapes.io. As always, I am Tyler and I'm hoping you're having a good day. I am very interested to jump back in because of course now that since I've done all this work for actually creating our systems with only using tunnels, the update for better performance has come out. The creator actually took the time to address exactly what I was talking about, where the slowing was from the conveyor belts, and so they made the conveyor belts and the tunnels both faster. So good news is that it's fine that I still did this because the tunnels should work even better than before, and so should the belts. With that said, I find it kind of funny that it happened only a couple days after I actually deleted everything and started over, but sometimes that's just what you gotta deal with. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right back on into creating the shapes that we're looking at. So today I'm going to focus on creating this final shape where I'm actually going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and take all of this and just move it on over here. Yeah, you know what? We can go ahead and do it here because it'll be easier to access these. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and pull our extractors. And like I said, it was like one of the most fun parts about actually one of the most fun parts about actually like playing a lot of games like this is just that, the creator like genuinely took the time. It has been taking the time to make things better and make people happy with maybe the different issues that they were facing, and I appreciate that. I think that it's a good idea, and then it also makes things like this much nicer because now that I can focus a lot on making sure that I don't have to worry as much about putting minimal belts. I can just be a little bit more carefree per se. For granted, I'm still going to try my best to keep things as efficient as possible, but it was like the performance update is really exciting for me because I have less to worry about on that end. Yeah, so got my cutters. I'm gonna go ahead and start carrying them down. I'm gonna go like that for you and that for you. Can tilt down. Use our bigger ones to go ahead and bring them both. Go like that. Actually want this one more down. Carry over, and I've got to make sure that I'm actually rotating twice for at least one of them, because then we'll get both sides like we have been before. And I'll go ahead and actually just clear this out. There we go. And as normal, we're going to do our splitter routine and go from there. Go like that for you. Actually, we'll go ahead and just use the smaller ones. And then move on from there, which is where we're going to take those, and we're going to curve it down and bring it down, say about here. And we're going to carry over some blue so we can actually go ahead and get started on dyeing these two. I think we'll go ahead and set it up like that. And now all we gotta do is hook up our blue. And actually first, let's go ahead and just bolster this production. You over here, you like that. And copy, 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 copy. And now all we gotta do is make sure that our belts are carrying everything over. And there we go. So now we've got full production of those shapes. Just gotta bring ourselves some blue dye. And as always, I know it's a little bit of overkill, but that's fine. Totally okay. We can actually go like this for you, bring you up here, and then we'll bring it like that. And there we go. The corner, corner, and now we're getting blue. And we can take our dye like this. And there we go. Kind of do our normal. Hold on. We need to go like this. There we go. And now we can carry you over like this. In line with that. And now I should just be able to copy paste 1, 2. Oh no, hold on. I'm missing. I need to carry the other materials over. There we go. And now that we get that for you, now this can copy and paste just fine, I'm pretty sure. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But our painters are still working at 2 a second. We can have up to 10 supported, but I was like, obviously with the example over here, we're still not really producing enough of the base shape to keep it going, so we'll just start with here for right now, and let's see how things are looking at over here. So we're still at 828 a minute, that's not bad. And so now all I'm going to do is, I guess, carry it over again. Do I need to make another new white circle production too? Or can I repurpose it from somewhere else? Let's see, what do we have stored? Yeah, because I don't think any of the ones for the for like that last. Actually, no, we can check this here. So right now we're producing. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to switch over to something else, but I can steal circle production from somewhere and just go from there. So let's go ahead and at least just get our blue pinwheels belted down, so that way we can go ahead and get started on some production. And we'll switch this over to our white ones since those have a little bit longer range. There we go. And go ahead and carry all the way down. There we go. And we'll just do another rotation like this. And right along with this belt over here. Oh, try not to mess everything up. like I did right there. And once we get ourselves some blue circles, we can move forward. Or sorry, not blue circles, white circles. And I actually need to belt the other shape over too. Maybe it'd be better if we belted like white circles up here and just created a new production. Which I know... Actually, yeah, I think I might do that instead, because we got all three colors up here, so we can just start over and just have this focused on that. So, sorry for the waste of time, but it happens in planning, or I guess lack thereof, as I, just did it, and I was like, maybe this would be a better idea, but... Alright, so... we'll go ahead and get started on... Well, we're producing those to be blue, and we've got these over here, so let's actually... Let's take this, rotate down, and we're going to go ahead and carry it on over here. So at least that way we know that when we're ready for it, we can just go ahead and hook up our those two shapes together, and I just need to create the white circles now. Which, we got circles here, and we got the three colors pretty close nearby, so that is gonna be perfect. And with the chain extractors, that's really nice because we can just chain them however we want, let our production go wherever we need it to be, which I actually want this coming out of the top. And then we'll go ahead and get started on our color process. So, luckily it doesn't really matter too much which kind of way we combine everything because we're just focused on producing the one color. So, take you, and this one's one line up, so we can just more easily belt that. So come on over here, and 1, 2. We want our color mixers. This will go up. And I'm going to use the short range one so we can go like this. And we'll use our handy dandy I'm blanking on the name. Merger, yeah. There we go. So our handy dandy merger will do some good work for us. And we'll actually go ahead and use our tunnels to complete everything, and we'll copy and paste before we start bringing the line over. So take you, and we just need this moved one over, and now we can copy and paste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2.4, so that would be why. Here, we'll cut and paste. There we go. And oh no, I'm just still bad. We'll cut and move that back, and then we can go like that for you, and that for you. There we go. Now we're producing colors like we should be. Go ahead and belt you down here. And all we gotta do is combine our blue now. There we go. And go ahead and carry you on over there, you like that. We'll connect those, and now we can just copy from here. There we go. Now we're making white again. And I think we'll go ahead and bring it down like this. Now, where am I taking the circles from? Here? Yeah. And we'll go ahead and carry this on like we normally do. There we go. Take you and you, make sure that that's connected, and now we can use our painters, and soon we'll actually be able to just fully put together that shape, which will get us one step closer to our quad cutter, which I think might warrant another base restart, and then I can start repurposing things. It'll make shapes like this easier to make, and we can maybe do something cool with figuring out how to do this process. But we will see. First things first though, instead of thinking too far ahead, let's at least get this all built together. Take you, go like that. This can come up. This can go through, this can go through. And we can copy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we just gotta actually use the right one. There we go. Push everything on over here. And we'll take this. And now that we've got all that, let's belt it upwards. This being belted upwards, we can finally start combining everything like we want to. And let's actually just go ahead and start this over here. Because obviously we're going to need 2 stages of combining to get everything together. So our base shape we're going to want is to take this blue and yeah, I think that should line up. Yep, there we go. So we're going to take this shape and we're going to merge. And actually I need this to be on the top side because we put our top shape on top of our bottom shape, if I'm correct. Yeah. There we go, and step 1 is looking good. And we'll go ahead and continue on. In other news for the update for this game though, they actually put in a couple other just like nicer like polished things, and as mentioned before, they're still working on like the power update, which I'm excited for because there will be a lot of interesting ways that things can go for it. And I think that it'll be a a good, not upgrade per se, but a good change in gameplay. One other thing I know that the creator did was they have it set up where it actually takes less shapes to get to the copy and pasting section, because as you know, like you have to do quite a bit of work by hand at first in order to actually get to this stage where you can just copy and paste things. So I think that's a nice change. I think it's a good idea to, you know, make it so people can start farming this shape earlier and build it up how they want, and to then be able to copy and paste like large portions of their factory. So I'm glad. I think it's a good change, and I think the creator is doing a great job of doing the right thing when it comes to their work. Like genuinely putting the effort in and establishing that they care enough to put that effort in. So we'll go ahead and do this, and we'll just actually copy and paste here because we're going to want to put our blue boys over here directly onto this top one. Yeah, we'll just use this to line it up and go from there. I was like, one thing I've also noticed with this game is that I believe the shapes that are for each level are not randomly generated. So like going through the extraction tiers, because I've mentioned before that I've started over before in different save files. I believe it's always supposed to be these set shapes. So I wonder if that means there is an actual capped out one, or if maybe the creator has like some sort of system that like just develops it instantly in the first place, but it just doesn't do it randomly. It just does it like in a set way, or because obviously like when you look into how the first shapes are set up, you need circles, you need squares, you need stars, and then we introduce the pinwheels, and then like, you know, this one needs the die after we've introduced this shape, and so on and so forth. I think that it's curated at least to some degree. I just am not 100% sure about how that changes over time. And as always, I would be interested to learn if anyone happens to know, but obviously I was like, at the end of the day, I just kind of need to do a little bit of research on it to understand more and see more of what goes on behind the scenes. Let's copy you, yeah. One, two, three. There we go. And now we can start belting this shape all the way back down. We'll take you, we'll curve down, take you, and this should be able to go straight down. Oh. Alright. Okay, there we go. Problem kinda sorta solved. Always fun when you get a little too fast on the draw there and then just start destroying things you didn't mean to. But we should be good to go. And now we can take a moment to let things catch up and see how it starts going. See how we can maybe fix the production in the future. So we'll actually look at our graph. Right now this is staying saturated, and okay, so this is up to okay, so this is up to 1000 for now. The real question is going to come down to if we can keep up over here, or okay, so this is catching up already. I was like, it looks like we're not actually producing enough white circles, maybe? It looks kind of iffy there, so we can follow this down. And if we want, we can actually increase this production, because I know that we have a couple I was like, because we should have more than enough circles at least, just because our extractors and belts are fast enough, but we will see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's at least stick with 8 for right now. Like, because that should make it a little bit better. And we might need to make some more. No, we've still got yellow backed up here. That's fine. So now we've got plenty of white circles. And I bet you now our issue we're running into is, yeah, keeping up saturation with our blue pinwheels. That's fine, the blue pinwheels are being made up here. This is fully saturated, so we can actually go ahead and build another one. And let's just stick with building 2 more for right now, just to see. And I was like, we can see that this is still staying good so far. We can double check and see how this changes, because right now we're at 600 a minute. But obviously it takes a little bit of time for the production line to kind of catch up, you know? So as I definitely think our biggest bottleneck is just the blue pinwheels. So we make 1 more. Double check how this is going. So now, okay, so this is already jumped back up to 846. This is still staying saturated, which is good. And so you can see how this is going, and it's actually staying pretty good so far. There's only slight gaps every now and again, which means our production is pretty consistent. So before you know it, we'll actually be at the end of this goal, and once we complete this, this should also all reset to back to pretty much square one. But instead of square one, obviously it's tier 6, and then we can start over with making new stuff. And I might be able to switch some of the production over here to making these red ones, because I don't know 100% how much I'm actually gonna need for the next tier, but you know, the leftover might not be enough. So okay, so while that's going, let's go ahead and get started on our copy and pasting shape, because that's one that we're going to just always want, pretty much. But since we just finished that, and we're going to go ahead and keep on going with filling this up, this is a good point to save, and I'm going to cut the episode here. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like down below. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see when I release content in the future, and leave any comments to let me know if you have anything you want to say, any interaction, and I will see you next time.